One of the greatest things that can happen to each one of us, especially if we're going through a really hard time, is finding that you're not alone. I was a drug and alcohol counselor for a long time, and one of the neat experiences that I witness is when someone who has or deep in addiction, regardless of what the addiction may be, um, they go to a group and for the first time they hear others' stories and they realize, wow, I'm not alone. I'm not alone. How powerful is that to realize that you're not alone? What's even more powerful is when you realize you're never alone. That there is always something greater than you. You know, for a few years now, I've been going through, I don't even know what you want to call it, in the psychological field, I'm sure it's, depression, anxiety, PTSD, the same thing, the normal thing. But everything that I've done to try to curb this has not worked. Medications have not worked. Counseling has not worked. Until I came across a term which refers to what they call the dark night of the soul, and it made perfect sense. That's what it was. It just like the lights came on and I realized I'm not alone. You know, because you feel utterly and totally alone. Like no one gets this. Why is this happening to me? Why is all this tragedy? Why is all these? Why can't I even reach a goal? That type of thing. And then I started thinking, teenage suicide has gone up a whole lot in the last few years. And you hear it over and over again. They feel like no one understands. And as a concerned parent, you're going to try to do everything you can. You're going to go to counseling, try medications, physicals, blood tests, just whatever, to see if there's something going on other than this worthlessness that you feel. So if you're listening to this right now and this fits you, either you're personally going through it, or maybe your spouse is going through it, or maybe your teenage son or daughter is going through this. I would encourage you to look up the term dark night of the soul and see if it applies. Because for me, it answered everything that I needed to know. Now, does it fix it? No. But to understand is half the battle. Knowing is half the battle. It's true. What I've experienced is literally a ripping apart of the physical from the immoral, the what I once thought was important, coming to realize that it's not only superficial, it's damaging if all you do is you base or judge your life based on physical, material titles. It can lead to, it can really lead to a lot of blocks in your brain, a lot of mind blocks, I call them, that stunts your maturity. It stunts your deeper subconscious. It stunts your ability to think beyond what's right here in your face, right? And it's a wonderful feeling to know that the worst thing that can happen to me, is that I no longer care about these things. What I care about now is family. family I care about, my posterity, my community, helping people, wanting to take the sorrow away. But because you feel so much more than you once did. I don't know if that even makes sense. But we gotta fight. We gotta keep fighting. This is not a time to. We're at war. We've been at war for a long time. Opposite, yin yang, dark, light. It's truth in all things. But just remember this one thing. Just remember this one little thing. Let's say, imagine yourself right now in the middle of a football stadium, 50-yard line, all the lights out. Think how big that darkness is. I mean, that's a big darkness. But even if I strike a little match and light a birthday candle, that little tiny birthday candle will break through all the heavy darkness. So even if right now, if all you feel as though your hope is just a birthday candle worth of light, feed into that. There is always hope. Keep fighting the good fight.